My name is Yancey Culp. I've been a fitness coach for 25 years. I love studying all things longevity, things that will improve quality of life. At 53 years old, I pay a little more attention to it now for myself, my family members, and just my members in general, anybody that I get a chance to serve. Today, I am reviewing my Chili Dip Ice Spa from the great folks at Chili Dip. These suckers are made right here in the great United States of America. This thing is insulated like you can't imagine. That Pro Chiller right there will keep this thing easily in its 30s. I can crank it up to 100 plus degrees if I want. Right now I've got it at 55 degrees, a great temperature for my wife and daughter, but plenty cold to put this guy at a bit of discomfort, which we'll talk a little more about. It's good to make the body uncomfortable every now and then. Good things happen with that. So I've got my my locking devices here. This lid opens up really easy. The Pro Chiller, like I said, it's great at keeping this thing nice and cold. If I want the cold exposure, cold exposure, if I want it, or like I said, I can crank it up. It's got an awesome filtration system, keeps my water nice and warm, nice and clean, I should say. Like I said, 55 is plenty cold to get those benefits. So let's talk about cold water immersion. It's been linked with reduced symptoms of depression and anxiety. Cold exposure can train the body and mind to better handle stressors and discomfort. You hear a lot about brown fat activation and improved circulation. The pre-workout benefits: increased alertness and focus, stimulates sympathetic nervous system, and releasing norepinephrine and dopamine. So I love it for a pre-workout. I will actually, very seldom will I do cold exposure after a workout. When I hammer myself, I want the full benefit of those muscles being super fatigued and that trauma. I don't want to stunt that. I want that full growth, and that first couple hours after that workout are important. But what I will do, when I will do cold exposure, if I have a couple training sessions in a day, if I had 2 training sessions or 2 bouts of competition, then I would do cold exposure right after that first one to help get me ready for the second one. So I love it for a pre-workout. Mood and motivation enhancement. Studies show cold water can trigger a dopamine spike up to 250% similar, which is similar to a stimulant. So great. Now, I'm a gardener. I like to kind of accessorize. So you have to look at my a blueberry bush right here. Put some plants around it, and but again, this thing is insulated so well. The 90 degrees outside right here in Texas, just north of Austin, Texas. That Pro Chiller does not have to work very hard to keep it at 55 degrees. Like I said, if you want to crank it down to the 30s, you can, or every now and then I'll crank it up to like hot tub temperature, 102, 103 degrees. Most of the time I use it for cold exposure. It's big enough for my son could get in here with me. My wife and I could get in here together. But anyway, that's my review on the Pro Chiller and the Pro Chiller there, and my Chili Dip Ice Spa. I love the price point compared to the competition. This thing is relatively affordable when you compare it to similar cold water immersion systems out there. So anyway, that's my review of the of my spa. Much love.